Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to share with you a very special information. It's an information that can actually change your life. Now, I will try to tell you as much as possible in about half an hour. If I don't tell you everything, I will continue, I think, in 3 days from now. Now, today is a very special day for me, and it's special for me because of the information. And today is the 42nd day of my sixth water fast. So in 2019, I did my first water fast. I drank only water and I did it for 50 days. Then I did my second water fast in the beginning of 2020 and I did it for 41 days. Then I did my third water fast. That was in the fall of last year and I did it for 42 days. Then in the spring of 2021 of this year, I did it for 50 days, 51 days. And then I did a short one for 8 days. And now I'm doing sixth one and this is my 42nd day. How long am I going to do it this time? I don't know, because the length of the water fast depends on two things. First one, how much fat you have. Because if you don't have fat and the body cannot take the energy from the fat, it will start eating itself, and that's extremely dangerous. So the length of the water fast depends on how much fat reserves you have. And the second indicator if you should continue or not is how you feel. And today I feel great. So I'm really curious how long it's going to be happening for. Now the important information is this. When I was learning about water fasting, and now it's been 2 years that I lived it, and studied a lot about it. What happened the first water fast? The first water fast actually absolutely changed my life. Now, one thing I have to point out is that you will find the links below this video that will point you to my English videos about very important things. The first one is how you can eliminate, and this is part of the information I want to tell you, how you can eliminate cancer cells. Now, when I say eliminate cancer cells, there's actually two ways to eliminate what I mean by that. There's two things. First one, that you might already have in your body cancer cells, maybe one, maybe two, it doesn't matter, but that's such a little amount that the body is completely fine and it will not show up in any scans. But eventually, in 5 years, 10 years, this can blow up into full cancer. So when I say eliminate cancer cells, I mean that it's a method, and it's described in the video, how you can, as a prevention, eliminate any potential cancer cells. And it can actually help also in when you have full-blown cancer. Now, the information that I published, before I published it, because I'm not crazy, I'm a normal thinking human. So I actually look at scientific studies about fighting cancer, and then I contacted one of the author of the studies, and I told her how I think that the cancer cells could be destroyed, and she actually agreed with me, and I published this interview. It's online, it's on my YouTube channel, and it's also the link is included in the description of this video, and also in the link that you will find the link to my previous video that I described my first water fast and second water fast and how they changed my life. Now, Since then, I'm doing my fourth water fast, and I can report to you that the interesting thing about water fasting is that when I was reading about it, or when I listen to blogs on the internet of other people who do these long water fasts, they just look at it as it's just water fasting, you cleansing your body. But that's not how I approach it, because for me, what it's not just water fasting, but that's why I call it entry point water fasting, because I develop a set of techniques and approaches towards this, the water fasting period, how you can use it to improve the functionality of your brain, how you can use it to improve your creative abilities. I also write music, and I play the piano and the guitar, and to me it's amazing how, when I compare a composition that I made before water fasting, during water fasting, and after water fasting, and I have to publish this because when I describe water fasting, it's just my feeling. So when I tell you, I feel great, then does it means nothing to you. How can you imagine what it means to me that I feel great, or that I feel that I can think better? But what I can do is I can I can play you my first composition before the water fast, the second during the water fast, and the third one, and you can actually hear and experience the difference between in the creativity. So, very interesting thing about water fasting is that it can be turned into a tool that can improve your life, that can change your life, because that's exactly what happened to me. And what's amazing about this tool that we all have it. It's completely natural. It's actually coded within us. And this relates to another piece of information. And that's that the different I think that right now I might be the only human in the world that does these two things. So the first one is, when you calculate the number of days that I do water fast, so if the year has 365 days, I actually don't eat 100 days during the year. Now, who, uh, there might be a lot of people who, there might be a lot of people who do long water fasts. But are there a lot of people who are actually doing the second thing? And the second thing that I'm doing is that when I don't fast, and I don't eat regular diet, but I don't eat carbs. So I eat only keto diet. And the keto diet I've been eating since September of 2020. So now it's been 14 months. And during these 14 months, these, let's say, 365 days, didn't eat anything for 100 days. And for the rest of the days, the 250, 60, I only eat keto diet. Now, when I say I only eat keto diet, imagine that I don't even eat fruit. Do I eat anything sweet? I I sometimes, for example, eat chocolate, or I eat something sweet, but that would be, let's say, once every 2 weeks. Now, so I personally think that there are not that many people in the world who do these long water fasts and eat only keto diet. Now, why is this interesting, and what and why the information could be also interesting for you? Now, the reason I'm doing this is that when I was about 43 years old, you know, now I'm 44, 40, almost 45. So, when I was at 43 years old and I look at my life, I realized that, and I don't know, maybe this will sound familiar to you, but I realized that I don't have a fixed, I don't, my relationship with food and eating, it's not really under control because I never knew, should I eat a lot for breakfast or should I eat a little bit for breakfast? Should I eat small lunch or big lunch? Should I combine, I don't know, bread with meat or bread with vegetables, or is it just should I just eat vegetables or more vegetables, or how much fruit should I eat? Should I eat before I go to bed or not? If I wake up at night and I'm hungry, should I get a snack or not? Meanwhile, the way my belly was growing and how I felt was changing constantly. Then when I look closely, I found out there are people who they do there are diets. So some people don't eat certain foods together. Some people don't eat dinners. Some people eat many small. Well, there's like 10 million strategies, and nothing was really working. And then about 2 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm gonna forget everything that I've ever heard about eating, and I'll just look at it from my own point of view, how I see the world. And when I looked around, I told myself, you know what? I believe that the organism that I live in, Homo sapiens, that evolved on this planet. Because to me, the mechanism of evolution is so amazing that I asked myself, okay, so it's like a strategy game. There's an organism that has to survive based on the environment that it lives in, and the environment keeps on changing. Therefore, there is a pressure on the organism to keep on changing and keep up so it can survive and get the energy. So if I view evolution as a programmer that is programming the organism in the best way to survive, and I know that one of the main gears, the engine that moves the organism forward, is the hunger for energy, the fight for food, then I know I have to do two things. The first one is I have to make sure that from the available resources, the organism develops so that it can harness the energy that it can get in the best way. Okay, perfect. And the second thing is that the organism has to be able to survive if it doesn't get the energy, if it doesn't have enough energy. Because if I live in an environment that I have to fight to get the energy, there might be times where I cannot get the energy and I have to be able to survive for a long period of time without energy before I catch something. So logically, the organism that can survive the longest without food has a greater advantage to survive, because if it cannot catch anything due to some environmental situations or its health, for example, then it makes perfect sense that if it can last longer, then there's a greater chance it will catch something. And going back to how to harness the energy. So I look at the history of the human race. I, for example, got a lot of information from this amazing book, Sapiens, that I recommend to everyone every human being on this planet should know it back and forth. And of course, in this book, and we probably know it from history, that there's 10,000 years ago, humans discovered, not invented, but discovered farming. The reason I'm saying discovered is that ants already discovered farming, many many years before humans. But when we discovered farming and we started farming 10,000 years ago, that's when we were able to get the to grow carbohydrates. So then I thought to myself, oh, that's interesting. If I know that Homo sapiens been here for 250,000 years, and Homo erectus was here, let's say, 5 million years, and whatever was before Homo erectus, some monkey was here for tens of millions of years. So during this period of time, if I know that no one was farming, they were just collecting what they could find or catch, then I know that this type of organism was getting its energy from meat and from plants. And when I say from plants, I don't mean from fruit, because fruit only grows once a year. And in those times, you also had to fight with other animals who were trying to get the fruit. And you were also all fighting for the timing. What if there's an animal that can eat the fruit before it's ripe? So then you will always lose to this animal. So in those days, fruit was just every now and then. But the main source was whatever they collected and whatever they caught. So this means that the human organism for the past 50 million years is optimized for no carbohydrate diet, which is the keto diet, meat and green plants only. So that's how I live for the past 14 months. I only eat keto diet. I don't eat carbohydrates. I do long water fasts. And all of this I do because I'm trying to put this 50 million year piece of biological art through the process of evolution that works in this universe. So I'm trying to put it into situations that it's made for. And I'm here to report, after 14 months, after 42nd day of my 6th water fast, that what I've been experiencing has completely changed my life. I'm basically 45 years old, and for the past 43 years, my life was just normal life. The normal ups and downs. But how I've changed, not how I've changed, how the depth, how I'm experiencing the life feels like what I've been experiencing before the past 43 years old was absolutely nothing. So this is what I'm here to report to you today. I've done a lot of videos about water fasting in the Czech language on my Facebook profile. And I'll be doing these now in English. So I'll be back in 3 days to tell you more. Feel free to write me comments. I will answer them in the next stream. And feel free to share this, because I think this is information that can change everyone's life. Because if you live this way, you will eliminate cancer from your life, you will eliminate diabetes from your life, you will eliminate Alzheimer from your life, you will eliminate epilepsy from your life, you will eliminate stroke from your life, you will even eliminate the coronavirus from your life, because when you find my cancer video, there's a link in the description to an article that was published in the, and you know what, this is public information what I'm telling you. There was an article in the prestigious magazine Science that published a study in November of 2019 that shows that when they applied keto diet to mice, the chance of transmission of any type of coronavirus dramatically lowers. And the reason for that is carbohydrates, sugars, are viewed as a poison in the body. So when we eat carbohydrates, the immune system becomes too sensitive, which means that it's not as effective. And you start having internal inflammations that actually make your body weaker. So if you eliminate carbohydrates, we can actually fight COVID this way. So I will tell you more next time. I hope you get this information. And the reason I want everyone to hear it, because we are all humans living on this planet Earth together. So that's why we should share this information. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.